Equity sharing versus free sharing. A world of difference in one word. What is equity sharing? Simply put, equity sharing means all people who participate in value creation jointly own the system platform, market, technology, and share profits according to their contributions. Within the framework of mathematical principles of social science, equity sharing specifically refers to global consumers uniting to build a public market, where consumers, as owners, hold 80% of the market's equity and enjoy dividends from an infinite future stream of consumption. This is not about dividing the existing cake, but jointly creating and owning an infinite cake for the future. You do not need to pay money, only register. I agree. You do not need special abilities, only acknowledge that you are a consumer. You do not need to compete, because equity is a grace distributed per person, 100 golden shares for each person. The core of equity sharing is, consumers are the masters, capital is the servant, machines and software do the work, and profits belong to all consumers. 2. What is free sharing? Free sharing is the most common model in the internet era. Platforms provide free services, search, social media, content, users pay nothing, but platforms profit through advertising, data monetization, and value-added services. Typical examples: Google, Facebook, WeChat, TikTok. Free sharing seems like something for nothing, but in essence, you give your attention, data, and leisure time to the platform for free, and the platform packages these values to sell to advertisers or capital, with profits going exclusively to the platform's owners, a small number of shareholders. The formula of free sharing is: free users gives platform monopoly, gives capital monopolizes profits, gives users become the product. You think you are using it for free, but in fact, you are the one being sold. You think you are creating content, but you are feeding capital's artificial intelligence. You think you are socializing, but you are contributing data to the platform. Free sharing is not a grace, it is another form of exploitation. 3. Essential differences between the two. 4. Why is free sharing a trap? Free sharing creates the illusion that not spending money means gaining, but let's do the math. You spend 2 hours a day watching short videos, and the platform profits from the value of your attention. Advertising fees. Every search, like, and comment you make accumulates your data value for the platform training AI. The content you create, posts, videos, comments, helps the platform attract more users and sell more ads. The platform uses these values to invest, expand, and replace your job. In the end, you lose your job while the platform makes money. You are using your leisure time to fatten the AI that will replace you in the future. The essence of free sharing is, you give your grace smartphones, leisure time, consumption choices to capital for free, and capital uses it to exploit you. Why is equity sharing a grace? The logic of equity sharing is exactly the opposite. You acknowledge, smartphones, leisure time, and consumption power are graces bestowed by natural law, not earned by you. You unite with all consumers, use these graces to build a public market. You own. Equity in the public market is distributed per person, not by merit or capital. You receive dividends. The market locks in an infinite future consumption flow, and profits are distributed to every consumer. Under equity sharing, AI and machines are your servants, not your opponents. They produce for you, serve you, and save money for you. You no longer need to compete with AI for jobs because dividends will become your main income. Equity sharing is returning grace to yourself. A vivid comparison. Free sharing. The landlord says, you can work in my field for free, but the harvest belongs to me. You work your whole life and remain poor, while the landlord grows richer. Equity sharing. Everyone says together, this land belongs to all of us. We farm it together, and the harvest is divided per person. You farm for a year and share for a year. You farm for a lifetime and share for a lifetime. Your descendants can inherit it too. Free sharing turns you into a digital serf, while equity sharing turns you into a digital master. 7. One-sentence summary. Free sharing means, I use your things to make money and give you nothing. Equity sharing means, our things make money, and we all share it. Free sharing is the continuation of the old capitalist logic, while equity sharing is the beginning of the new consumer logic. When you truly understand that grace is freely given, you will realize you are not begging capital for free services, you are reclaiming the ownership that rightfully belongs to you.